everyone, this is Steven here, back at it again with another video. In today's video, we're going to go over the top 5 MLB baseball sports cards that you can buy right now for under $50. But before we get into that, if you enjoy this type of content and would like to see more in the future, please feel free to hit the like button and also subscribe. So now that we got all of that out of the way, we can get into the actual video here. I did want to say that I hope everyone is having a great Sunday and weekend so far. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 MLB baseball sports cards that you can currently pick up right now for under $50. Now, I'm not trying to say that you should go out and buy or sell any of these cards as investment purposes or anything like that. I'm just trying to say that if you're interested in any of these cards or players, you can currently pick them up right now for around $50. Another thing that I want to mention before we get started here is that a couple of the cards on today's list are going to be raw or ungraded. I did want to say that if you are looking at any of these ungraded cards, whether it be in person or also online, to please just make sure to do your due diligence and double check the listing or the card to make sure that it's something that you're actually interested in picking up. And the price of a lot of these raw or ungraded cards is really going to depend on the condition of a particular ungraded card. So please keep all of that in mind when looking at ungraded or raw cards online or in person. And for today's list, I do have 3 pretty established players that are somewhat on the Hall of Fame track, and then I have 2 younger stars that have a lot of potential but are a lot more risky as of right now. I'm going to start off with the more established players, and who better to start that off with than Mookie Betts. I have his 2014 Topps Update base rookie card, and this is going to be raw or ungraded, so again, this is really going to depend on the condition of the card for the pricing on this. But the main reason why I picked Mookie Betts is because he has had an amazing career so far. He's only 29 years old. If we take a look at some of his numbers here, he's already won 1 MVP. He's a 5-time All-Star, a 2-time World Series champion, a 5-time Gold Glover, 4-time Silver Slugger, and he's won the batting title. And again, he's done all that at the age of 29 years old. His career WAR is 50, so if he can get that up to 60 or 65 around there, he is most likely going to be a Hall of Famer. And again, at the age of 29, he's definitely on track to make the Hall of Fame. And if we take a look at this card, it's been on the downtrend over the past year. At one point, this card was selling for over $200 raw. It's currently sitting at around $50 ungraded. A lot of that has to do with just the overall sports card market and how it's been trending down after the COVID boom. But a lot of that also has to do with the fact that it seems like Mookie Betts has really been overshadowed by some of the younger up-and-coming stars in the game, such as Ronald Acuna Jr., Juan Soto, Shohei Ohtani, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and players like that. But at the end of the day, Mookie Betts is still one of the best players in the game currently, and he's on one of the best teams in the MLB. I think that if he can put together another couple really solid seasons, he's definitely on that Hall of Fame track. And another reason why I picked this particular card is because the print runs in 2014 Topps Update Baseball are much lower than they are today, where you have a Ronald Acuna Jr. rookie card or a Juan Soto Topps Update rookie card. Those have well over 19,000 PSA 10s. This card in a PSA 10 has, I want to say, around 3,000. So significantly lower print runs for this 2014 Topps Update Baseball rookie card. So if you're interested in picking up any Mookie Betts rookie cards, you can currently pick up this one here, raw or ungraded, for around that $50 price point. The next player and card I have here is Paul Goldschmidt, who it seems like a pretty forgotten player in the game. I have his 2011 Topps Update base rookie card. This one's actually going to be PSA graded in a PSA 9. It looks like the last sale on this card was $26, so well below that $50 price point. Now, Paul Goldschmidt is another player that is potentially on the Hall of Fame track. If we take a look at some of his numbers here, currently 34 years old, so he is older than Mookie Betts and a lot of other players on today's list. But he is a 6-time All-Star, a 4-time Gold Glover, and a 4-time Silver Slugger. And if we take a look at his career WAR, he's at about 51. So again, if he can get that up to 60 or 65, it definitely looks like he does have potential to make the Hall of Fame. And last year he put up a WAR of 6.1. So if he has a couple more seasons like that, there's definitely a decent chance that he can make the Hall of Fame. And as of right now, you can currently pick up his 2011 Topps Update rookie card in a PSA 9 for $26. And the next player and card I have here is Jose Ramirez, and I have his 2014 Topps Gold rookie card. This one's actually going to be serial numbered out of 2014. Looks like the last sale on this card was about $49.99, so about $50 on the dot. The sale prior to that was about $28, so again, this is really going to depend on the condition of this raw or ungraded card. But if we take a look at Jose Ramirez's stats, he's currently 29 years old, so about the same age as Mookie Betts. He's a 3-time All-Star and a 3-time Silver Slugger, and he's a guy, he just seems to be putting up amazing numbers over the past couple of years, but it does seem like he's being overlooked by a lot of the younger stars that we mentioned earlier. But as of right now, he currently has a career WAR of 34. Last year, he put up a WAR of 6.7. So if he can continue at the pace he's been playing at for the last couple of seasons, if he can do that for the next 5 years or so, he definitely has a path at making the Hall of Fame. And the next player in cards I have here is a younger player, but is still a very popular and talented player, and that is Juan Soto. I have his 2018 Bowman's Best rookie card, and this is going to be in a PSA 9. The last sale of this PSA 9 Juan Soto Bowman's Best rookie card sold for $40, which is $10 below that $50 price point. I did highlight the PSA 10 here. Some of the last sales were $90 all the way up to about $100. So if you are interested in spending in a little bit more to get the PSA 10, those are around $100. The PSA population for the PSA 10 is about 1,150, where there's about 69 on the PSA 9. So again, this is a lot lower print run compared to the Topps update of Juan Soto. If we take a look at Juan Soto's stats, again, he's a extremely young player. He's only 23 years old, so much younger than Mookie Betts, Paul Goldschmidt, and also Jose Ramirez. But he's currently a one-time All-Star. He won the World Series in 2019. He already won one batting title, and he's a two-time Silver Slugger. And he currently has a career WAR of 17.6, but again, he's only 23 years old, and last year he put up a 7.1 WAR season, so an amazing season last year, and it seems like he just gets better and better every year. I did want to highlight Juan Soto because he's currently one of the game's biggest and brightest stars, and he's only 23 years old, still putting up some very amazing numbers. Him only being 23 years old, there's definitely a lot more risk to some of these younger players as they don't have the established careers as some of the other players that we highlighted. And that brings me to the last card and player on today's list, and this is another youngster here, but this is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And I have his 2019 Topps base rookie card, and this one is technically a short print. This is the missing card number, but this was still pretty heavily printed with a PSA 9 population of 3,805. It looks like some of the last sales on this card was $54, one of the previous sales $47, so it does look like you can find these cards for under $50 in a PSA 9, and I highlighted Vladimir Guro Jr. because he's another very young and talented player. He's currently only 23 years old. He's a one-time All-Star, a Silver Slugger, and the All-Star Game MVP. As of right now, he currently has a career WAR of 9.5, so again, not nearly as established as some of the other players on the list today, but he did put up a 6.8 WAR season last year at the age of 22 years old. So again, he's an extremely young and talented player with a lot of potential and upside. This is another player in card that presents a lot more risk, as if he gets injured or starts slumping or just isn't able to put together a season like he did last year, his cards could trend down. But I do think that there's a lot of upside and potential with Vladimir Guerrero Jr., as he's a very young and talented player and only the age of 23. So that concludes today's list. I really hope you found this video somewhat entertaining and also informative. If you did, please feel free to hit the like button and also subscribe. Thanks, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.